Route 77 held secrets. Truckers whispered of a detour, a forgotten road. A motel, they said, swallowed travelers whole. Legends spoke of flickering lights, hushed voices on the wind. No one dared stop, not after dark.
I scoffed at superstition. Armed with my camera and a thirst for adventure, I turned onto Route 77 as the sun dipped below the horizon.
The air grew cold, a strange stillness settling over the land. Her headlights illuminated a weathered sign, Hollow Pines Motel, 1 mile. A shiver ran down her spine, a sense of foreboding tightening in her chest. The motel emerged from the darkness, a silhouette against the dying light. Paint peeled from its wooden siding, windows like vacant eyes. A flickering neon sign buzzed above the entrance, the letters H and P burnt out. Clara's car crunched on the gravel driveway, the only sound in the unsettling silence.
Inside, dust motes danced in the air, illuminated by a single bare bulb. The air hung heavy with the scent of mildew and decay.
Behind the counter, a figure stirred. A woman, her face etched with wrinkles, stared at Clara with an unsettling intensity.
You're late.
I have a reservation.
The room was small and musty, wallpaper peeling at the seams. A single lamp cast long, distorted shadows on the walls. Clara shivered, the air thick with a strange energy. She unpacked her camera, her fingers brushing against the cold metal. A sense of dread washed over her, an unwelcome companion.
I caught my reflection in the dusty mirror. My eyes, usually bright with curiosity, stared back at me, wide and fearful. The reflection flickered, the image distorted. For a fleeting moment, I saw another face behind me, a gaunt visage with hollow eyes.
Clara whirled around, heart pounding, but the room was empty. She tried to shake off the feeling of unease, but it clung to her like a shroud. Sleep eluded Clara. Every creak of the floorboards, every groan of the old building sent shivers down her spine. The silence was broken only by the incessant ticking of a grandfather clock in the hallway, each tick a hammer blow against her sanity.
At the stroke of midnight, the whispers began. Soft at first, like the rustling of leaves, then growing louder, voices murmuring just beyond the threshold of understanding.
Clara pressed her ear against the thin wall, straining to decipher the words. They spoke of shadows and lost souls, of a place where time stood still. Terror gripped her, icy and relentless.
Whispers shadows, lost soul, time stands still.
I had to escape. Faces in the dark.
Clara flung open her door and raced into the hallway, her heart pounding against her ribs. The air grew colder, the shadows deeper.
Oh no, no, no.
Faces swam in the darkness, eyes glinting with a malevolent light. They reached for her, their touch icy and insubstantial.
Get away from me.
She stumbled back, fear lending her strength. Her hand found the doorknob, cold and unyielding. She rattled it, but the door wouldn't budge.
Please open, please.
Panic surged through her, choking her with its intensity. She was trapped, a prisoner in this nightmare. Desperation fueled her. She threw her weight against the door again and again, the wood splintering under the force. With a final desperate heave, the door burst open. Clara tumbled into the hallway, scrambling to her feet.
I have to get out of here.
She ran, her breath coming in ragged gasps, the whispers and shadows chasing close behind. The exit sign glowed like a beacon of hope. She surged towards it, her legs burning, her lungs screaming for air. The heavy glass door loomed before her. She slammed into it, the force knocking the breath from her lungs. For a moment the world outside beckoned, the promise of dawn a tantalizing dream. Then the door swung shut, the latch clicking with a finality that sent chills down her spine. Clara spun around, her eyes wide with terror. Standing behind the counter, shrouded in shadows, was the old woman. Her face was twisted into a grotesque smile, her eyes burning with an unholy light.
You can't leave. No one ever leaves Hollow Pines.
Who are you?
The old woman's smile widened, revealing teeth stained a sickly yellow.
I am the keeper of lost souls. And you, dear Clara, are the latest addition to my collection.
Clara's world dissolved into a kaleidoscope of images. Flashing lights, distorted faces, the echoing laughter of children, long gone. She cried out, a sound lost in the whirlwind of chaos that engulfed her. When the world finally settled, she found herself back in her room. The same peeling wallpaper, the same dusty lamp, the same oppressive silence. It was as if no time had passed. She rushed to the window, her heart pounding in her chest. Outside, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the motel in an eerie orange glow. The same sun, the same sky, the same sense of impending doom. She was trapped, destined to relive this nightmare for all eternity. Route 77 remained a whispered secret, a place where time held no sway. Travelers told tales of a forgotten motel, its neon sign flickering a siren song to the unwary. Some spoke of a young woman, her face pale and her eyes filled with a haunting sadness, forever searching for an escape from the prison of Hollow Pines.
Clara, the photographer drawn to forgotten places, had become a part of the legend, her story woven into the very fabric of the motel. The motel, that time forgot, they called it. A place where the past, present, and future blurred into a single terrifying eternity.
If you enjoyed this chilling story, don't forget to subscribe to Nocturne Mysteries for more terrifying tales and unsolved mysteries. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new spine-chilling video. Leave a comment below telling us what you think happened to Clara. Do you think she escaped, or is she still trapped in the motel's dark loop? Watch our next video on the top 5 haunted places where people vanished without a trace. Only if you dare.